Hey, it's H here, and on today's video we're checking out Solana. I did a previous video on this about a month ago, around the 20th or 21st of February, and today we're going to check out the price action after that point. Before we go on with that one, with Elliott Wave, I'm going to just check out the basic levels that we're currently dealing with. Here's some resistance and supports, and currently we are sitting at a major resistance where we've come and tested this level and now heading a bit downwards, at least momentarily. We got an order block right here, 1 hour order block that we got hit, and this is where I got my short from. There's obviously not too much here as a support. There's a weekly here and a daily right above it. I've only labeled the weekly here, where I'm expecting some kind of action, at least small bump up again. On RSI we see that we are really high on this RSI number, 85, 86, and we've already let's see, there's loads of divergence or bearish divergence between all these peaks, depending on how you want to measure them against too. On what I like to do is measure them with Elliott Waves and with the same degrees, and we can get back to that in just a moment. But I guess those were the some of the levels that you should be looking out for. Now this is a count that I had shown previously, and saying that wave 5 ended here with the primary one, cycle 1 done, and from there it was a WXY aiming much lower. Now saying that this is a W and this X, and expecting this huge of a Y is not really, I guess not, well, it is possible, but it's not likely, at least to me. So that is the reason I had created another count today, where we're going to check that in a bit. Again, on this count we had this last C wave having this wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 down here on the current lows, and then some kind of action after it. I'm going to dig into this part in just a moment once I've got the other higher time frame count out the way. The next option I had presented was this one, where we topped out on primary 3 up here, and this is basically kind of similar to the one I have here, but instead of wave 3 primary being here, it is actually the primary 5. Now again here it would be the same kind of labeling down to this point, or similar at least. So this would be a corrective part, and expecting to this area below 70 and above 31 on Solana, where this correction might be ending. Now for this correction, it definitely, if we have the top 5 or 5 here, this definitely looks like more like WXY than anything else. Of course, depending on how high this X wave goes. If it goes above the 90%, allowing it to be a flat, then of course it could be a flat, but Solana would need to go to 217 again, and even to get to that point we would need to get another 6% pump, which is definitely not something that I would see in the near future. Now let's get these counts out the way and jump into this one. So this is another one, saying that primary 5 is here, and again a cycle 1 would be here instead of here. Oh, was it here? Sorry, yeah, that one. Okay, instead of here, we would top cycle 1 here. Now that would give us this pretty ugly bot legal diagonal here, and giving us again the option of having this kind of correction down here. Now I've labeled this as WXY, but as this has only come down, well, not only, but wave 2s in crypto are really large, and saying that 71% on wave or cycle wave 2 is a bit optimistic, to be honest. So this definitely can be the same that I labeled on that other count, where this would be the X, oh sorry, W, this would be the X and Y. This would again bring us way lower into this whole structure. Wave 2s usually, again, around 90% on non-arithmetic scale, and logarithmic scale, well, it is depending so much on the asset itself. We can even project this from here, top to the start or end of W. Let's say that this is the current top, and we would expect at least the 1-to-1 extension here around $40 for Solana. Again, that was another, I think, expectation here on that other count, below 70 and above 31, around here. And yeah, I think that was the basic idea. Let's put this here. Okay, and this should actually be intermediate, and this WXY here, that was orange, oops, should be a minor, but I'm not going to downgrade all this correction on the video. Now this is the next thing that I wanted to show and what it looks to me. Let's get into 1 hour. So current price action again, this area here from February 24th was probably the bottom for at least for a while. I'm not saying that it is holding up too well if we come crashing down, but it was a temporary bottom. Now just looking at the wave structure, this looks like 3-way move. We didn't get the last fifth that we were wanting, so unfortunately this whole move here looks like it's 3-wave. I haven't labeled any of this. This is just like any other, or most of the other crypto altcoins, super zigzaggy, going up really correctively. There's not too much impulse. It's constantly making higher lows, making it really hard to make any kind of count here. But why I'm thinking this is starting to get to the top is some of the reasons that I said with the RSI. So here we can see a divergence. Let's go to the our daily charts, if the RSI would let me. And if this is the X wave, we would be comparing this to the same degree. Now I've labeled these as WXY, but we need to remember that this hasn't been downgraded. So we are starting to compare it to this one here, because this is the start of this wave structure, right? So that was here, and we've obviously gone above it, so we have a clear divergence here, a bearish divergence between these two peaks. Not bullish, bearish divergence, there we go. And this is on daily, that you can definitely see. Of course we have divergence between all of these peaks, but that's not something that I'm concerning myself with, just because the Elliott waves. I like to compare it to the same degree of waves or wave structures. Now on lower time frame as well, we see, maybe I'll go to 2 hours, maybe it's more, yeah, okay, here. We can see lower highs and on RSI and higher highs on price, giving us again divergence on this RSI. Again, we are currently looking like we are coming down a bit on the price as expected, but where are we expecting really this to go? Again, to those areas marked below, where around $40, and this is area that I would be definitely buying. I got my alarms here around $60, but to get there we would need to drop another 50%. Definitely if you want to dollar cost average into these lower prices, that is definitely doable as well. But yeah, I think those were the things that oh, actually before we go, let's check out the volume. Yeah, since here around the tops, we've just seen lowering volume, which is again indicating that we're still part of this correction and the correction is not over. However, if we would like to be bullish and say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we would need to start to see more bullish volume. We see that it is trending just slightly up, but not major yet, like in some other altcoins. If we would like to get that higher fifth wave, we would need to do or get some nice action here on the volume as well. I guess it could be a leading diagonal, but again, that would be something that we would look into more if we get below this level 106. Then we can have that wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, but then we can only measure what kind of distances we are expecting and if it's even valid option. But yeah, I think that's all for now. If you want me to analyze another coin or asset, stock, let me know down in the comment section of YouTube. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one. Bye bye.